Yeah, fellas, welcome to the show. Today's title is Brothers and Beckys, and you guys know what beckys are. Those are Caucasian women. The reason why I'm doing this is I've just been watching some videos on interracial dating. I started with a couple of girls. There was four Caucasian girls. The two in the front were talking about their love of white men, black men, and I don't want feelings getting all fucked up, so I'm not going to play too much of that particular video because people tend to get kind of racial on that stuff. So anybody makes any immature racial comments, I'm going to delete your comment and probably ban you. Okay? So let's just keep it mature. If you're Caucasian, you can actually learn from this. Learn what they like about brothers and produce the same thing. It's that simple. You back engineer. Okay? So let's start with the four chicks. Let's see what they have to say.
I'm Jordan. Hi, I'm Easy. I'm Esprit. I'm Alyssa. And we have a very special topic for you. 3 things that white women love. Love, love, love. Black men. Black men.
Now remember, they're not speaking for all white women. Okay? We know that. Don't be stupid. Don't make immature comments. Don't call these girls trash. Don't call them scum. You'll get banned. You'll get deleted. You're just wasting time. Okay? So control your egos and just learn and listen. Sorry. Listen and learn.
Black men. Just like I like all men. I like all men, but I prefer white boy. But personally, we love our black men, and we know a lot of you white girls out there, if there's just something about them that you just love, just black men. You can't get enough of them. Not at all. Like, if you think about it, women love chocolate. If you go to the store and you're like, what kind of ice cream do I want to get? Chocolate, vanilla, caramel. We want chocolate. All women, we love our chocolate. And when you put vanilla and chocolate together, you get a mixture, and it's even better. We love milk chocolate. Yes, we do. But nothing about black men that you just can't love. Sometimes they're a little too cocky. Sometimes they are, but they have reasons. If you just
Okay, you heard, for your brothers, you heard what one girl said. Sometimes a little bit too cocky. So that teaches us that we need to maybe feel the girls out and tone it back a little bit. Okay? It depends on the girl. Some are very super submissive and some are not. And they want more of a gentleman type. But they like our strong aggressiveness and passion.
look at them, they have their reasons. They just got mad swag. I mean, don't even get me started on their swag. Nope. Just their style, like snapbacks.
This is an old video from 2012. I submit to you that a lot of brothers, they say we have mad swag, and I submit to you that's mostly a screen, a facade. A lot of brothers think they have confidence, but they really don't. They put up that angry stuff. Fuck away, folks! Fuck away, boy! Just because they feel bad inside. Okay, you got to learn to tell the difference between that anger at the dominant society and real confidence. Real confidence goes out there and the world makes it. The angry guy always writes. They come to my channel try to write silly shit about white folks, and it's just so they can feel good. So that few white guys that come here can read it, and they can express their pain. Don't be immature here. Grow the fuck up.
Like, can you remember when people used to wear those and you're just like, no. But white boys, can't pull them off. White boys, just not happening. Just stop. Yeah, no more. Especially not jazz ones. Don't wear those. But for real, like, the Vans, they started the whole Vans theme. They're the ones that make it look fresh. Skinny jeans? Yeah. On their ass? Yeah. Oh, their booties. Oh, and when they know how to shake that booty, got dancing skills. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, if you go to YouTube and you just search, like, freakum videos like of them dancing. Wait, yeah, and wait. No, but with their freakum videos and you just watch them grinding and stuff. Oh my dear lord, I would pay.
To my Caucasian viewers, yes, I know these girls are trash. You would never date them. Don't bother posting that. Grow up before you start typing shit.
Money to watch that. They need to make strip clubs with black men just dancing like that. I'll spend all my money. Yeah. All of it. Whole paychecks. Yeah. All of them. Even your rent. I take enough of it. Yeah, baby, I'll pay your rent. I will. You just dance for me like, yeah, come home and dance all night. All my ones. I'll hit the bank every day. We'll just make it rain. We'll just have fun. You'll be like having a sugar mama. You won't know what to do with it. Because when you guys dance, it's just mesmerizing. You guys just don't I can just sit back and like, okay, yeah, that's what I'm like. And when you're Dougie, oh my gosh, it's just great. And then when you pull your shirt up a little bit, woo, those abs, dear Lord, thank you for those abs. just thank the Lord for blessing you guys with all your skills. Every skill that you got, you're dancing, you're rapping, you're singing. The singing. When you guys sing, it's just a beautiful thing.
Now, that's fucked up. They think that all the black guys can do is dance and sing. You guys see the racism there? All we can do is tap dance and sing. Mommy! Mommy! No, there are plenty of black fellows in business. There are plenty of black fellows running companies. We're in politics. We're in science. There wouldn't be computers if this one brother hadn't invented created a chip at IBM. He's very famous. People have seen him. Well, he's part white. No, both his parents are black. He's just very light-skinned. We've made tons of inventions out there, but these girls have no idea about that. Because they were raised under a system of what's called white supremacy.
Like, can we just show you a video? Like, it's amazing. Just
no, thank you. You cannot show me a video. Let's skip the video. I think I'm about done with this one. Let's see what else she has.
Do you want this? Do you see this right now? Like, do you see this? Do you see that work of art? Do you see those tats? Like, do you see that body, those felines? Like, it's beautiful. That fresh cut. Here, let's just see this compared to this. Okay, Channing Tatum, you're great. Like, you're super sexy and everything, but you are not this. This is what girls look for. This is what girls love. Can you guys just see the freaking, where is it? That tattoo.
Okay, what did we learn from this? Black, white, Latina, anyone else? Girls like a built body, as I've been stressing to you. They like a well-developed body. If you saw the photo of Tatum Channing, whatever his name is, he wasn't as built. He's not at his peak in that particular photo. I have seen him where he's well built, but not to this level. This is what you want to achieve. If you are anything less than this, then you're coming to the game half-assed, half-cocked. Okay? Again, this is how I kept myself. You can see my abs all through the game. Let me see if I can find some photos. Let's go here. Desktop. You can tell in my clothes that how baggy they are on me, that I'm lean. I kept myself in lean, buff shape. This was I knew Jovina. I was dating Jovina. I was just starting to put on some weight. I think it's right after my little brother passed. But I'm still fucking lean as fuck. So that teaches us that women love a very well developed body. Okay? Very well developed. That means you start doing your homework. You guys hear me? If you have less than that, then you aren't there. Again, if you have less than this, you can't see a clearly defined six-pack, your pecs aren't developed, your delts and arms aren't popping, you are coming half-assed to the game. And you did it to yourself by your own inability or undesire to hit the gym and hit it the right way. I've seen enough of these guys. Let's move over to this one. Now, this actually came out of Sacramento. I saw on the side, and I pulled it up, and I said, oh, goddamn, they're in Sacramento, 916. So I listened to part of this one. I'm not going to listen to the whole thing. We'll just hear what this one white chick has to say.
Point one. Mary J. No, we're going to get back to the topic at hand. So you say you are a Caucasian woman and you love black men?
You know, I started being attracted to black men in high school.
Okay, this guy with the glasses, he has a microphone that goes through a special filter, and it makes his voice deep and soft and sounds really like it's really supposed to be sexy. And he loves his voice. He's one of those DJs that has a face for radio, but because of the filter and stuff, he produces a good quality voice. And he loves to put his sounds out there. He's just in love with his voice. Watch. That's something that's a weakness on his part.
Okay.
Because they were great dancers, great sense of humor.
Okay.
And they just took to the heavier woman. I was heavy all through high school.
Okay.
Now that I've gotten all that behind me, what I'm really attracted to...
Okay, if you're Caucasian, by the way, black guys don't just date heavy women. Okay? I've watched numerous videos of these smoking hot 10s with these brothers. And I could put those up if you want. But she said she was heavy at one time in her early life. She lost it all. What? Listen.
And I realized is that there's a certain savoir-faire that the brother brings that my brother doesn't have. Like, they have a romantic side, they have a sensual side to them that my white brothers want to act goofy. You know, they act goofy and silly all the time, and
Sally.
instead of yes, hush up.
I don't know. Okay, I'm tired of what?
Instead of being sensual, they want to act all silly and nerdy. And I've never, like my black brother, he brings a more sensual, playful side to the relationship.
Now, Sally, I gotta.
And I don't know how white guys are in bed. My boy Craig, he's pretty serious about his shit. But if you're one of these overly intelligent guys, don't act nerdy in bed. Don't act goofy in bed. Don't act like one of those white guys that want to spit down her throat and fish hook her and do all this stuff that you don't have the power to be doing. Okay? You want to back engineer what she's saying now. That means you want to develop more sensuality. Become more sensual because women are craving that. Your women are craving that, I should say.
Say this. I have never heard a white woman talk about. I've never heard a white woman talk about our black men like that and what you like about black men. This is so juicy. Y'all need to go online and go to
Brother, shut up.
EFF.org.
Let me just say, the myth, and even with my white girlfriends who I know are married to some black men, the myth has always been shall we say, I don't know how to say this on air, so you just have to figure it out. The sexual part of the anatomy, and that is not true.
You guys hear that? The myth of black size. This is what I'm saying is not true. She's gonna tell you that she's been with some big white guys.
Not true. Okay. And it hasn't been in my experience because I've had that with some white men that I've dated and some black men that I've dated. So what I like is the sensual energy that the black man brings to the relationship.
Wow.
They just
Now the difference is that black folks we're more connected to our bodies. Our bodies are on a different brain muscle receptors. That's why we excel in sports. Nothing to be jealous of. Nothing to be angry about. We just have different motor path skills in our heads.
A sensual side that they know how to stroke that woman's, at least me, that woman's heart. Where my experience with the white men that I date, they're too goofy. They still want to do goofy stuff, and they're just.
This show is not to put down white guys. It's not to put you down, but to teach some learning here, so you guys can come up.
I don't know how to explain it. No disrespect, please. No disrespect, but my white girlfriends and I, we all talk about that. The man knows how to dress. He knows how to.
Crap.
So
She said he knows how to dress. Did you guys hear that? If you're Caucasian, you want to bring your A game in the dress game, okay? I think she's dealing with grown black men versus young black men. Because young black men, a lot of them, the majority of them that I see when I go outside of my house, can't dress. I mean, the pants are hanging around their hips. I'm tired of seeing black boy ass. Underwear, actually. At least I'm waiting for the day I see some shit stains in their drawers. But I'm so sick of seeing young black kids, men. I've even seen old fuckers close to my age in their 40s trying to sag and be hip, be cool. Old dumbass motherfuckers trying to be young.
How to dress. He knows how to. He just knows how to.
Sally, I gotta be nosy. So since you say you and your white girlfriends talk about, how much you guys love black men. So what are some of the things that a white woman
Brother, shut up.
pull our black men?
Ooh, why you ask that question?
I got to know.
Did you say pull or pull?
No, pull. So what are some of the things that you and your girlfriends sit around and talk about to attract our black men to you?
Brothers, listen up. Listen up now. What?
Okay, now I've got a lot of black girlfriends, okay? So when we're sitting around talking about this, what I notice is depending on the relationship that the black woman has had with her boyfriend or husband, and if it's been bad, if it's been a hard life with her, she comes at it hard. She comes at it really demanding. She's going to take no, man, I told you this, man, I told you. She's got her finger up in the air. And I understand that, but where the white woman comes at it is, we will stroke that black man a little easier. We won't be so demanding. We're a little bit more sensual and playful, but after we get to know that, after we get to know the game a little bit, then our finger kind of goes up in the air a little bit. But we're not as demanding, and we're not as...
Sisters can be a little rough, but,
This is the only way I can say it.
girl, thank you for...
Enough of that. Okay, this is a panel of people doing focus groups on internet dating. The idea of, a black man and a white woman. And this is what these guys had to say about it.
I don't mind it when I see a black girl with a...
I think all of them say I don't mind it, but I think most of them are actually lying out their ass. They want to be politically correct, especially this guy here, because he admits he didn't grow up around that kind of shit.
white guy, I'm like, hell yeah, like, get that shit, But when I see a black guy with a white girl, like, automatically, like, what I feel is just like, I don't know, like, I'm not racist because I'm...
Wait a minute. Let me back that up. That was the girls talking about it, but I think you guys heard enough. These girls, they weren't in support of anything. They were Southern girls, I think. I didn't really listen to them. But let's try this again.
The white guy, I'm like, hell yeah, like,
So,
get that shit,
when he sees a black girl with a white guy, he's like, hell yeah, get that shit.
When I see a black guy with a white girl, like, automatically, like, what I feel is just like, I don't know, like, I'm not racist because I hang out with a lot of black people, I have black friends, but there's something when you see a black guy that you don't know only if she's hot, though. If she's not hot, it's just like whatever. But if you see a black guy with a hot white girl, it almost feels like, damn, like you're stealing our women, But,
I appreciate his honesty.
it is what it is, I guess.
Well, it just depends on the couple. I mean, if they're an upstanding couple, then I don't have a problem with it. If I see some white girl that's good looking or what have you and carries herself well with a black man that looks like a gangbanger, then I have a problem with it. I don't understand the attraction. But I have several friends that are interracial couples. They're very upstanding. They dress nice. They look good together, and I don't have a problem with that. But I mean, as far as when you see something that's more for show, like a hood ornament, that's when I have a big problem with it.
Well, I'd have to tell you at first I'd be probably a little taken back, just because of where I'm from originally. You don't see a whole lot of that. So at a young age, it wasn't very common. I don't think there's anything technically wrong with it. I haven't been around a lot of it as far as my friends and family. So I guess my first initial reaction would be taken back.
When a white guy sees a white girl with a black man, She's not going to go back to that white guy. So you think automatically that girl's lost? She's lost.
I feel
Wow.
like it has a lot to do with your upbringing, to tell you the truth. You know, I mean, I guess you could go with that whole motto, you know, and I could see how some people would think that. But at the same time, it's like,
I'm wondering, it's supposed to be a panel of white guys, what this dude doing here? Isn't he like Mexican or something? Maybe he's Sicilian. Or Italian, I don't know.
you know, I don't know, maybe you're brought up that way, and that's why it's more acceptable. Very open to other races and so forth, which makes it a good thing, obviously.
Okay, see, he's pink-skinned.
But there's a lot of people that, like for instance, if I
See how pink his ears are and pale his skin is?
was to look in, if there was a girl in our circle of friends that was dating a black guy, it would take us that shock at first because everyone's kind of brought up the same, where that's not acceptable, you know. And well, I'm not saying that it's not acceptable. I'm just saying that I'm just saying that at first, a lot of our friends, a lot of the friends that I hang out with, were brought up a lot like I was, where it's okay. Like right now, it's okay. You want to be okay with it, but
Yeah, society's kind of pushing it so that you feel guilty if you don't like it. Yeah.
deep down, I feel like, you know, like I was brought up where it wasn't okay. For you, it's okay for your friend, but it's not okay for you.
But now that Trump is in office, a lot of these people who do have that racial programming, they're stepping up. They're coming out. There's been teachers. One teacher back east had a slave auction day. Think what that does to those black kids' minds for the rest of their lives. And other kids could buy them as slaves. That teacher never would have did that before Trump was in office. But now that Trump's in office, you know, it's a different racial climate out there.
Right, but I would say, yeah.
Oh, no Trump comments. You get comment removed.
Absolutely. Depending on their upbringing, whether they actually follow through with the action is, and that, you know, their circle of influence. Like if they're raised like, you know, just straight up, you date white people, you marry white people, and that's what it is. And if you bring, you know, honey, if you bring a black guy home, like I'm cutting you off. Like if that's what they grow up with, they probably won't follow through the action. But I think everybody has something inside them that's curious. I think all of your friends, those girls you say would never date a white guy, I believe.
Well, I'm not saying they would never date a black guy. I'm just saying because of upbringing, you would look at it differently.
Absolutely, but also at the same time, I think a lot.
I want you to notice something. Notice how the brown guy, tan guy, is very quiet around all the pink-skinned people, the real white people, as you could call it. I think one day, the white race, the ones who are the racists, they're going to want to see your DNA card. Make sure you ain't got anything in you. Because they're all about the pure white race! And they don't want anything to be in you. Like my friend Neil, he's whiter than this guy, if it's possible. And his great-grandfather was half black, he found out. And the whole family's in shock.
One of those girls are probably curious about it. They probably, if they were in a different circle of friends, and they wouldn't receive the type of banishment or, you know, the negative responses or the looks that you get from your friends, if they're with a black guy, I think they would, because everybody has a sense of curiosity and they want to experiment. And just like I'm a guy, like I've dated girls from all nationalities, and yeah, like I want to know what a black girl's like in bed. I want to know what a white girl's like in bed. That's me, right? But even if I was raised that that's not okay, that doesn't change the fact that I might be curious. Sure. Throughout the South, I believe that you see black men with white women. And I think it might be for the black guy, I don't know this, but it could be like a trophy type of thing. You know, why aren't they dating black women?
Let me answer this, not a trophy thing, at least not in my part. It's I take the path of least resistance. It was a path of least resistance. I found women that were interested in black guys.
But these white females are available, so, you know, and these white females make themselves available to these black men, whether it be a rebellion or pop culture. Yeah, I think some guys will date any white girl, some black guys will date any white girl just because they're white, because from the
Actually, in the black community, you're looked down upon for dating white chicks. And in the black community, the top is the black woman. And that's still prevalent today.
Cases, I think that's what it is.
When I see an interracial couple, a black man with a white woman, I feel ashamed.
Here we go.
Because black men, there are good black men out there. I'm telling you, the misconception comes when we as a people, we as African American women are so confident in ourselves that we don't understand humility. We don't understand that men are designed to be leaders, that there is productive leadership. And while we are a very dominating force, very, very intelligent, powerful force of creature on this earth, at the same time, we have to succumb and compliment our men. That is something that, by stereotype,
I'd like to marry her.
white women do. So when I see a black man with a white woman, I feel like, no, he's not fulfilled. Because there's always that component that's lacking, which is me, which is that black woman. But if
There actually is a difference between sisters and white women in bed sexually. Okay? I found I had to actually teach white chicks about sensuality and passion more often than not.
I just feel like if he had the right black woman standing next to him, he would show her more affection than he's ever shown a woman. Because he has a black queen that not only can...
Now, I hate when they say black queen. That really gets under my goat.
Can appreciate him, but that he in turn can appreciate. He won't have to go to, bleach. He can use regular Tide. It's just as good.
The first thing that comes to my head is cop out. That's pretty much what comes to my head because, and when I see them, don't get me wrong, they may be an adorable couple. I'm not tripping. I have my man, so I'm not worried about him. But when I see him, I'm thinking cop out. Why? Because it takes a real man to help hold down a black family household. That's just what it takes. When you look at women and you look at a history of women and our men, a lot of this stuff comes from the men not being in a household and nobody taught them how to be men and all this stuff. But what happened with that was black women were left on their own. So you got a black woman who is a fighter left on her own, she gonna fight. So when you come to her, you want her to submit to you, and that's fine. Black women are willing to submit, but you gotta give me something to submit to. And so when I see him with a white woman, she's more than willing from, I guess you could say, the stereotypes or what I see, to submit to him with him not bringing a lot of it to the table. And I think black women, on the other hand, have a harder time with that because we have a lot of more pressures, if you will. So, you have to, and I tell a man when I start dating him, when you have to come in and play your role. If you want me to submit, you have to play your role. Other than that, I'm going to completely take your role, my role, and take it over and run because we're going to make it.
See, there's a lot of weak black males out there. You want to lead from the back, as they say. You want to, have her drive you around. Have her go out and do all the stuff that you're supposed to be doing as men. And that's why the black woman she's got to play both roles, like this girl's saying to us. Unfortunately, you're raised by a single parent mother, and she didn't teach you how to be men. How many of you guys have single parent families? That means you didn't learn how to become a real man yet.
That type of mentality, that type of independence poses problems for our black men. They don't want to work that hard. We're making them work too hard. That's a problem.
Well, I don't think the black man should be on a quest to, preserve his race. I was talking to my brother and I asked him the question. I was like, would you date outside, your race? And he was like, hell yeah. I'm not on a quest to preserve my race. I'm on a quest to do what makes me feel happy. And if a white woman makes me feel happy, you're damn right I'm going to date a white woman. If I find a black woman better, I am going to date a black woman. So I don't think they really owe, if a black man is dating a white woman, he does not owe any black woman the right of his heart to date her. That's not what he wants. And that's why most people end up in ugly relationships, because a black man will go and date a black woman because the black woman wants him to be with her instead of someone else, and that's not what he wants. So he's not going to give her the best of a
attention she wants. He's not going to give her his 100% heart. He's not going to be faithful to her. Most definitely, if that's not what he wants, he's going to go out and get what he wants. So I mean, when I see a black man and a white woman, the first thing that honestly comes to my heart is, ooh, they're going to make a beautiful baby with curly hair and nice eyes and great skin complexion. That's what I feel. I mean, they make pretty babies.
When I see a black woman dating a white man or a white man dating a black woman, I think that it's love. Because who are we to predetermine
Louisiana.
who we're in love with? Myself, when I see a black man dating a white woman, mixed views. Sometimes I kind of feel like maybe he kind of sold himself out. But at the same time, I mean, as the gentleman said earlier, you know, with love, that's a different issue. But that same love should be shared with your fellow sister.
When I say interracial couple, I say that
They couldn't find any lean brothers to put on this goddamn show? Look at Bubble Belly. Chunky. He got a round head and that head full of dreads. Where are the brothers in this who are in business? Look at goggle eyes. I mean, I told you, black guys who are, you know, are smart, they tend to be kind of, you know, round-faced with glass on and those goddamn little ball caps. Like, if it wasn't hot where this brother is, he'd be in a sweatsuit. They wear sweatsuits.
love each other enough to deal with all the bullshit that goes along with being an interracial couple. Because everybody knows that if you're going to be an interracial couple, you got to deal with stuff from both the black side and the white side. Or the
Looks like a chunky K.R. Hawkins. Isn't that right, K.R.?
the Asian side or the green side or the red side, whichever side. So it's got to be a situation where people really care about each other because of society.
I see a black woman and a white man in any area, anywhere in the mall, or when I'm sitting in a restaurant trying to eat, and they walk in together, especially if she's getting
You know, she said try to eat. I bet she does a lot of eating.
the attention that I feel she deserves just being a black woman. I get happy. I get elated because I feel like that woman has realized that she has standards. She realized that she did not have to be trapped inside of a stigmatism or a stereotype, and that she can step outside and not be afraid of what everybody else is thinking and just do what makes her feel good. So I'm happy for any woman that stays outside her race or even considers it.
When I see a black woman with a white man, I think, what kind of vibrator does she use? And the bigger issue for me is, how is she
That's wrong.
fulfilled? And when you have March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, what does she do when February rolls around? And is she the only teacher in the household when she has her child? Does he just sit there and attempt to learn about our history because he absolutely cannot relate to it? He can only sympathize for our people, maybe shed a tear, maybe some liquid formulate in the crevice of his eye because he cannot empathize.
She's talking about biracial kids. It is different when there's a white father. Jovina dated a guy who had a white father. He had a lot of issues. My dad had a lot of fucking issues too.
Empathize with the woman that he chooses to walk with. I just wonder what kind of fulfillment she gets. I wonder what led her astray. What makes her...
See, this is the type of sister I would marry. Because she knows about learns about black history. She would teach my kids all about our real history, not the history we get in the United States from white supremacy. Unfortunately, the South that lost the war wrote all the history books. They wrote us out of the history books. They wrote us out of from the beginning of the country all the way out of it.
Feel like she can be completed by someone that can't even completely understand her.
And she's very pretty.
How can she... your mother is a prime example of something like the epitome of a maternal, caring caregiver. She is the divine entity that everyone in some regards seeks after, specifically a man. So
it bothers me. I just look at it and I attempt to understand her mentality because I simply don't. I simply cannot see myself standing next to a man that I could overpower, that I know that I'm more dominant than. I mean, I'm not done yet. This is my soliloquy.
She's intelligent too.
Can literally dominate. I don't care how smart he is, his intelligent quotient. We all got school, congratulations. But when it comes to a black man that I know makes me want to stand up and be his black queen, that I know he can take me anywhere and I represent him well.
Oh God, she's got it.
And he represents me well. I'm almost speechless, and that's rare. But I am taken aback by the entire scenario, just the visual to even fathom something that insane. What?
Enough of that. Interesting. You're right, his face is extremely fat. Yeah, KR. Shamar. Black men and white women have the most breakups compared to white men and black women. They tend to stay in long-term relationships. Facts. Didn't know that. KR, I heard of that a lot. Rude Plymouth. No, she ain't. I have no idea what you're saying. You got to preface what you're talking about, New. Okay? Just saying no, she ain't. No, she ain't what? Who? What? Where? When? Why? Let's see. Sharmar. Looks like somebody I know in California. Marquise, you didn't return my email. She reminds me of Lisa from Family Matters. Jason Singh. That black lady with the short hair is beautiful. Yeah, I agree. She's getting me hot, cuz. Well, she already got next to me. She's intelligent. She's beautiful. She's well-spoken. She's got a brain. And she knows her place. So I can't fault her for that, man. And she wants the black man to be the leader. All right, fellas. I was watching that. I figured I'd share this information. I want you guys to be able to back engineer what they said, what the girl said. Especially if you're Caucasian or non-black, back engineer what the white girls are saying that turns them on and produce it within yourself. This is not meant to put anybody down racially or anything like that. Thank you guys for being mature and not making immature comments. That's so appreciated. Marquise, are you available tomorrow? This morning my mom sat on that goddamn couch in her house. Hold on, I'll leave it here. And when she sits on the couch, she forgets she can't get up from there. My mom used a walker. So she had slid on the floor and tried to get up. And then she called me. If she had waited, her worker comes in about 1, but she wanted to get up and she had stuff to do. So I went over there and helped her off the floor. She does remind me of Laura from Family Matters. I never watched the show. Shar Mar says, this was great. I saw your email, no worries. But you were supposed to let me know if you want to do it this afternoon or Wednesday. But it's already past 2 o'clock, so we can do it after this or we can do it tomorrow morning. Let me know. You see more and more interracial relationships as we go on. Back in the 90s, they started programming black women start dating white men through movies. We saw a rash of movies come out. They now show that in most of the commercials now. They used to show, when they showed interracial, it would be a black man and a white woman. Now they've reversed that. If I go Google images for interracial dating, most of the images will be of this here. And that's not a biracial boy. Here we go. Here we go. Again. So don't think these images aren't being used all over. Wow. Now that's what they call a ginger. But none of the kids got the red hair. And this guy, okay. This guy. So they show more of the reverse images. And that's not their kid. Because the kid would be darker. They're now showing the reverse, as I said. So they're putting the message out there. Since they've been doing that, it has grown, actually. The number of sisters dating white males has grown. I don't know if this is actually a wedding. Yes. That must be their daughter. And she dyes her hair blonde. That means she identifies with her father more. She wants to be more like her dad. Usually when the mixed race child identifies with the dominant society member, they'll also marry and date for the dominant society. If she identified more with her mom, she'll try to look more black. They always call them the tragic mulattoes because a lot of them, they have issues. You're in between the race, nobody will accept you. Blacks have trouble accepting them, usually from jealousy. And whites won't accept them because you're not pure white. The pure the white race! I like yelling that out. So it is what it is. Let me put the camera back on myself while I check this email here. Cool. All right, fellas. Any questions? Marquise, you didn't answer me yet. Master King Fit. This was very informative to me since I've dated interracially most of my life. Sharmar, you was tears laughing when told hobo off. That was crazy. I didn't tell hobo off. Well, I guess, yeah, I did. The guy, I hate my life, was the fellow that I got upset because he smokes weed. Sharmar, all I has was black and Spanish women. Just had sex with 7 white girls. Now I pure the white race. Don't know what you're saying. You're obviously on the phone and you're trying to type. Take your time when you're on the phone, please, and type your messages clearly, because I got to read that. When you type gibberish, I'm reading gibberish and trying to make sense of it. Okay? If you guys, I don't know how you guys answer or access the internet through a fucking phone, man. That's just, I can't do it. I try to go to my site on the phone. I just can't do it. I try to go to YouTube on the phone, and I was able to play a video okay, but I still can't fucking answer shit. Marquise, okay. Today is great. All right. I'm going to go ahead and finish the show, and I've got to work with Marquise. Okay, fellas, you guys have a good day. I'm out.